Hey everybody, welcome back to the video. So today we're going to be learning about borders in CSS. So let's get started. So basically borders, the borders which we see on web pages and stuff. So that's basically what we're going to be writing in our code right here. So here what I just did is I just got my index.css, which is this, which is for now it's empty right here. And this is my body tag and head tag right there. So now let's go ahead and give a space. Yeah. So now what we can do for borders, let's say first I need a paragraph, or let's say an h2 tag. So I'm just gonna say this is some text. So I have this thing right here. So basically the reason why I have this is not for the code, but for these. So basically this is how the syntax of this is: border style, dot, and dashed and stuff. So basically these are the types of borders you can use. So I guess there are many, I guess. So yeah, these are some of them, I guess. So this is these are some of them. So dot is basically it's just gonna give you a border of dotted, and dash, solid, and double, grew, ridge, inset, outset, none, hidden, and all these four right there. So this we're gonna see that later actually. I'll just explain how this works. It's actually pretty fun, this thing right there. So first of all, let's go ahead and start with dotted. So first what we need is you can use the reason, by the way, why I have this dotted p dot dotted is this is the class thing. Let me hover over it. Oh yeah, it's class, which I used before. So yeah, you don't actually need it, but you can directly specify a p tag. But if you have a lot of p tags or so, you can do that. Since ours is h2 tag, I'm gonna do h2 and border, and this is the shorthand of border. You can just use this and then write like this: 5 pixels, solid is basically the normal style. Let me show you guys. So there's solid, and you can define the color red or anything. So that's a shorthand form. But another way is you can do something like this: so border style, and that's how you can do it too. You can just specify a border of each thing. You guys have to like specify the color and stuff, but I'll just recommend you guys sticking on to the border. And let's go ahead and first of all do border style, and after that I'm going to change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it dotted. There we go. And if you want, you can put a solid too. So I'm just gonna try both. And let's go ahead and go to right here. And there we go. So this is some text, which is our h2 right here, h2 tag. And these are the borders, dotted borders. And you can also change these. So let's go ahead and copy dashed and see how this works. So I guess dashed is kind of the same way, but it's like yeah, it's the same way, but the borders are kind of bold. Like if you've seen before, it's like this, which is basically kind of thick, I'll say, or thin, and this is a bit fat. So let me go and do that, and that's dashed. So now what we can do is we can remove this and solid. So I'm just not gonna show you guys all. You guys, if you want, you can just try all. So this is solid. This is normal basic border, or the default one you can use. And yeah, and let's go ahead and try none so that you guys can see what's gonna happen. So there we go. So normally if you have any border and then you just want to remove any border for that specific tag, you can do this: border none. It's basically not gonna have any border to that, but we're gonna just do with solid. And now let me go ahead and remove border and see. Let's see how it works. So it still works, but if you wanted to specify the thickness, you can do 5 pixels or even more if you want. So, and the color is, you can specify the color by red too. And there we go. This is some text. This is a 5 pixel border and the color is red. So that's how you can use the shorthand form, which is basically border. And this is better than border style because you don't have to write a lot of code inside it. And if you are using border style, you gotta do border width and stuff. So yeah, you don't want that. So let me just show you guys with border style too. So let's go ahead and do first border width. There we go. So now it's gonna be same 5 pixels, LSD, and that's pretty much thick. And now we can also change the border color and to, let's say, it should be aqua, and that's aqua. But you guys, if you guys cannot see, it's fine because it's really a bluish kind of thing. We cannot barely see it, but if you guys can, that's good. So let me go ahead and zoom this so that we can see. So you can change it to any color you want. It might be red or so. So it's kind of hard using this, but the shorthand form you can just use border. And now what we're going to be learning about is border radius. So normally, let's say you have this border radius right here. So I'm just gonna say, guys, so this is basically a square. Let me just remove this aqua and keep red so that you guys can see. And normally it's kind of like a square or a rectangle kind of thing because it's long, so it's a rectangle. So it's kind of like a rectangle, but let's say you want it to be kind of like in an oval shape or so. So what you can do is you can do border radius and then set it to be like, let's say 10, and that's a bit curve right there. So if I remove this, let's go ahead and remove this real quick. And now let's see. So now you guys can see the difference, right? So let me go ahead and get the thing back. Or wait. Let's go ahead and specify this again, border radius. And this is gonna be 5 pixel. So yeah, so that's how this thing works. So there we go. So you can also specify like multi-borders or anything you want, so you can do that too. So let me just remove that. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, but since ours not a p.mix tag, or basically just basically like a mix border, it's gonna give all these. So only the thing we need is this part right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our border style, and there we go. So now that's a mix of all the borders. As you see, this is kind of like dotted, I guess. This is dashed. This is solid. This is double. So double is basically kind of like in 2 lines. So let me zoom this so you guys can see the difference between the solid and that. So that's how you can say it's double. And basically it's just gonna do in a clockwise, I guess, like this. And it's gonna go to from dotted to dashed, which is basically this, to solid, and then after that double. So it's gonna go like this. So it's basically kind of like going in an order. So that's how this thing works. So you can guys feel free to customize this. You can customize this anytime you want. So yeah, so that's pretty much it about borders. So that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.